Hello everyone, and welcome to another beer review. And as you can hear, I'm being serenaded by them fucking bells again. Seriously, just got in here, about to sit down and ting tong, ting ting tong, ting. Ah, you fucking arseholes. Seriously. But anyway, today we're doing a newer beer from Greene King, what used to be Moreland, is Old Session Hen, which is apparently a more of a kind of sessionable golden ale, allegedly, or whatever. But anyway, it's a session beer, easy drinking session beer. It says on it. It's 3.4 It's 3.4%. It's a 500 ml. Could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending what it tastes like. But there's a little bit of spiel, just a smidgen of. I've been doing a lot of videoing today, because I'm going away in Hollybums at the weekend. And I'm going to get review videos done and all sorted out so they're all stacked up while I'm away. And I will be doing some, yes, I will, reviews when I'm over there. Well, hopefully I can. Don't guarantee, but I'll try. Anyway, I'll try to do that. It might be quite nice. So I'll be attempting that, and hopefully it'll work out for me. If it doesn't, then I'm kind of buggered. This is a surprise. But yes, we're doing some reviews. Hopefully I can get some nice beers over there. Hopefully I have better luck than Sloppy Dave with his Spanish lager. I really don't envy him basically having to suffer that piss water, because I've got to admit it's one of the worst things about a holiday in Spain is the lager. It's piss. I'm sure there's lots of people say it's wonderful, but trust me, Spanish lager is one of the pissiest. So up there with Carling and bloody Foster and all this kind of stuff. Maybe we should have got something like this. Maybe some of this would be better. This would be a better option than bloody Spanish lager, hopefully. Anyway, oh, there we go. There's a tractor away past now as well. Of course, we're getting everything today. And now we're getting kids screaming at each other. How marvellous. So it says in the back here, a light and refreshing ale crafted with harlequin hops and a hint of tropical fruit on the nose, and cascade hops for the perfect balance of bitterness, all rounded off with a crisp, clean finish. I've also did a part one kind of home brewing video that just kind of explains the kind of minimum thing you're going to need. So I've done that, so hopefully I'll get that edited before I go on holiday and I'll get that fired out as well. And I've done part one of the Igulu review, because I've got that. So that's just the unboxing and just giving you a bit of detail about it. I've actually filmed the brewing part of it. So it's actually fermenting right now. But obviously I can't complete that video because it won't complete until I'm back from holiday. But it'll actually complete just before I'm back from holiday. But of course I can't really taste it or do anything else. So it needs to have the tasting at the end of it, because it's not much kind of, there you go, brewed it. What does it taste like? You know, you need that kind of continuation. It's kind of leaves the video hanging, and I'm not that type of person yet. So anyway, that's the kind. Oh, apparently it's fresh and fruity, delightfully mellow. There you go, eh? And very fucking yellow. Right, let's get this cracked open. So yes, I've been doing a lot of videoing today. So I've been busy booze. So yeah, it's been quite interesting. Oh, got cabbage there. Oh, got whiffs of cabbage. Go for it, yes. Well, that's what you get when you clear a bottle, the buggers. What's this rubbish now? Olga's sending me, the wife is sending me bloody text messages with Amazon links. So she is. Well, and she knows I'm doing a video. She's a bugger, by the way. Kick her ass when I get in the house. Anyway, let's get this poured. And when I say I kick her ass, yeah, I mean I'll kick her ass. Then she'll bat the shite at me. But anyway, one kick's better than nothing. Anyway. I'm an abused man, so anyway. Well, the people on the podcast, which is quite interesting because I haven't put anything up in the podcast for a while. I keep meaning to, but I've been so busy that I haven't had a chance. So we'll be doing that after I come back from Hollybums, and hopefully catch up and get everything all up to date. But for people on the podcast, it's nice, clear, light kind of golden colour. It's a half finger head, and a little bit of smell of citrus, little smell of cabbage, which is lovely. Boiled cabbage, that is, not freshly. How would you say? Shredded. Yeah, it's not like the old freshly shredded cabbage. It's I've been boiling for hours type kind of smell. Mum, are we having cabbage today? Have you shat yourself? Oh, we're having cabbage. That's a relief. No, it's not. Anyway, that kind of thing. Yeah, a little bit of grain, a little bit of golden syrupy smells getting there. That kind of, nothing really strong with that. No caramel or toffee, just light kind of golden syrupy sweet aromas. Right. So let's get wired in and see what this bugger tastes like. Oh, it catches in the back of my throat. God, it's a bit gassy for a session. They just say easy drinking. Jesus, that was like sandpaper across the back of the throat there. You know what I mean? Jesus, God, session beer. The first thing is, here's a little tip. If you want to make it sessionable, the first easy thing is not adding anything. It's just slightly taking a little bit away, just calming down on the CO2 and the carbonation, and you'll be fine, No fucking rocket science, it really isn't. Flavour-wise, it's actually not too bad. A nice little bit of bitterness in the back end, and generally it's actually quite nice. Apart from that bloody carbonation catching me in the back of the throat, it nearly made me choke. A wee bit easier now, but it's kind of calmed down a little bit. But it was a lot worse than the first glug. We'll put it this way, if you just opened it and poured it, you couldn't chug it all the way down. I'm using that in the English term, by the way, not in the Scottish term, because chug means something different in Scotland. So when I'm saying that, I mean it in the English terminology, or the English meaning of it. Chug some. We say swally. But no, we do different chugging in Scotland. Oh, this is going to come back at me. I can just feel the wind go. Oh, God. Excuse me. Jesus, God. That pickled onion is there. I haven't even been eating onions. Where the hell did I get pickled onion flavour there? Oh. There must be a mist coming off that. But yeah, I need to kind of calm it down a little bit. Not one you can neck vigorously, put it that way. So it isn't. But anyway, it's unfortunate. It's elementary stuff, really. If you're going to make a session and say it's easy drinking, then just dial back the carbonation just a little bit more, you know what I mean? Tell you what, pour yourself a glass and give yourself a chug, and then say, "Oh, that carbonation stings the back of your throat." So that's it. It's just it's there. Stupid. So, but yeah, overall, not too bad. Right. So we break down these flavours before I forget. That hole's still annoying me, by the way. It's right there, and it's still annoying me. And it's worse when it's daylight, because I notice it more, because I can see the rough casted wall of the next door neighbours. That annoys me. But anyway, let's see what it tastes like. Anyway, starts off, you get a nice little bit of malt there, and some nice little malt flavours there, and a nice little kind of flavour of kind of golden syrup, nice kind of little golden syrupy tones. Nice bit of little bit of grain to go with it, just to kind of match up with it, and a little bit of sweetness there, which is just nice, not too much, just nice, and it just works in really, really well with the Jesus God. works in well with the malt and the golden syrup kind of tones. Seriously. Move on to the mid-tongue, and it's a lively fucker this. Yeah, move on to the mid-tongue, and you get ever so slight floral tones, ever so slight, but you're always getting very kind of light, slightly kind of citrusy tones as well. But you still get the nice kind of bit of sweetness there. You still get the nice kind of golden syrup tones, and still get the nice little bit of grain there as well. So it's actually some quite nice flavours there in the mid-tongue. And they're all to a decent kind of level that they're not overly in your face, but they're enough to kind of enjoy and say, well, it's got a bit of flavour this. So it's not one of these ones where it's, excuse me, it's easy drinking. Because it's watery or there's no real flavours to it. There is flavours there, and they're a decent kind of level as well to enjoy them and appreciate them, but not overly bearing or too much of one and not enough the other. Just all the flavours to kind of work together, and they're just enough there to make it interesting and enjoyable. And then what it does, it comes into the kind of back end, towards the back of the mouth and the aftertaste. And just as it starts heading there from the back of the mid-tongue, just kind of into the kind of back of the mouth, you start getting a little bit more bitterness kind of rising up there. And yeah, you get this nice kind of, I'm not going to say heavy bitterness, but a nice, decent amount of bitterness to transfer from the back end of the mid-tongue to the back of the mouth and the aftertaste. And it's just quite nice. And it's quite nice because the sweetness, the golden syrup tones, and that bitterness are the kind of last flavours to kind of dissipate. And it just gives you a nice little finish there, just a nice little kind of mixed finish in it. It's actually quite pleasant, apart from the gas. But yeah, there's a nice little bitterness there with a little bit of sweetness. And yeah, it just overall, it's actually quite a nice beer. Apart from it just needs to be kind of calmed down a little bit, which of course, my tip for you is give it a damn good shake before you open it, and that'll get all the gas up to the top, you know. That'll get rid of it. So it will. And then when you can have pour out your little sip, and that's you finished. But yeah. Yeah. A bit overcarbonated, which is a bit disappointing. I mean, like I said, it's basic stuff there. It's not fucking rocket science. You think they would know about this by now, but anyway, such is life. Oh, so you would say, well, why would you put a golden ale in a clear bottle? You know, you're asking for trouble, aren't you? Yeah, well, there you go. But anyway, what would I give this out of 10? Here's a question. What would I give this out of 10? Oh. Well, overall, like I said, it's quite a nice, pleasant ale with some nice flavours. A decent kind of level, not too much, but not watery either. And yeah, it's a beer that you could enjoy quite easily. And the flavours do make it kind of easy drinking, but not uninteresting. Because one of the things is, yeah, it's maybe easy interesting, but the flavours just don't really kind of keep you interested, whereas the flavour profiles of this is actually quite nice. So they're going to keep you kind of interested if you're drinking a lot of them. So you shouldn't really get tired of it too quickly. But it's not too much to kind of affect you drinking it, apart from, like I said, the carbonation. What it does is a good way to try and get it to describe it. Imagine it being slightly kind of like Tanglefoot, but without the sweetness of that level of Tanglefoot. There's a lot kind of dialed back, whereas it's what the sweetness should be like for Tanglefoot, but unfortunately they decided to go mental and too many teaspoons going off there, you know what I mean? But anyway, so yeah, so the level of sweetness is just right. It's not too much, but it's enough to go along with and balance out the malt and the bitterness and everything else. So that, yeah, they've got all that right. Fair play to them. So what would I give this out of 10? For the price wise as well, I'm trying to remember the price wise. It was actually quite a good price, but obviously I'll put it down below. But it was actually, if I remember, it was actually not a bad price. It was one of the reasons why I ended up buying a load of Greene King, because I've seen that advertised and I thought, oh, that's something a bit different. I haven't seen that one before. So when I was looking at that, and then I realised, oh, that's on sale. But there's a few other things on sale as well. And me being a Scotsman, well, you know, there's nothing better than spending money to save money, you know. So yeah, I'm actually quite like this. I'm going to give this a 6.5. It's actually quite nice, easy drinking. You might have got a 7 if it had a better kind of carbonation level, but yeah, 6.5 out of 10. And yeah, I'm quite happy, and yeah, I would say give it a go. If you want a substitute for lager, this is a good substitute for lager, and for Dave, Sloppy Dave, definitely a better substitute than your Spanish lager, which I'm sure you'd be glad to know, which unfortunately I still don't think you'll get this type of beer in Spain, but I would rather have that than any other Spanish offerings of the same kind of colour. So yeah, so it's a 6.5 out of 10. It's 500ml bottle. It's 3.4%. Thanks for watching. Cheers, and bye for now.